Administrative discretion must follow and abide by certain established laws, rules, and principles, and those laws or rules and principles are as such: rule of law, procedure established by law, equality before law, equal protection of law, and the principles of natural justice. So, when it is on the very rule of law, which must be followed by the administrative authority in exercising its discretionary power, and as we know, rule of law as it was developed by Professor A.V. Dicey, it significantly expresses that no one is above law, so all are equal before law. So, while taking any decision by the administrative authorities under their discretionary power, they must be abide by the very principle of rule of law. And as regarding procedure established by law, the administrative authorities in exercising their discretionary power, they must have to follow those procedures laid out either by the constitution of a state or by any statutes or any parent or enabling act enacted by the legislature. So the very procedure must be followed by the administrative authorities while exercising their discretionary power regarding taking any decision. So this is the fundamental rule which is being followed in United States of America, so also in England and in India, and in particularly in case of United States of America, that is due process of law must be followed and abide by the administrative authorities while exercising their discretionary powers. And when it is regarding equality before law and equal protection of law, so also the administrative authorities has to be very cautious, and they must act in a objective mind while exercising their discretionary power. That power must not violate or infringe any of the rights embodied either in the Constitution or any legal rights as we found under the various statutes and acts. Also, they have to abide by the very rules established under the principle of equal protection of law as provided under the constitution of a state or under any statute or enactments. So, as in case of India, the very Article 14 of the Constitution of India as a fundamental right, it provides equality before law and regarding equal protection of law. So also Article 15 and 16 can be referred of Indian Constitution, and these articles must be followed by the administrative authorities while exercising their discretionary power while they make any decision which affects the very public interest or which affects the right of the citizens or the individual. So also the very principle of natural justice must be followed and abide by the administrative authorities while making any exercise of their discretionary power so by the quasi-judicial authorities which are considered as the administrative tribunals. So the very principle of natural justice, as already we have discussed, it falls under two principles like ad alterum partem and nemo judex quasua. So, as per the first principle, the very opportunity of hearing must be given to the parties, so any decision without giving opportunity of hearing would be held as violation of the very principle of natural justice. So also the very second principle, that is nemo judex quas sua, it must be followed by the administrative authorities while exercising their discretionary power, and such is that the very person who is the judge, then he must not act in his own cause, or he must not preside over the very judicial disposition of any litigation where his personal interest or pecuniary interest or interest towards the subject matter of the litigation is involved. Otherwise, he would be biased towards the very subject matter or towards the monetary benefit he will gain out of the litigation. So if there is any personal bias as to the very subject matter or regarding any party with whom either he is having friendly relationship or having enmity, so these are the very principles of natural justice must be followed by the administrative authorities and the quasi-administrative or quasi-judicial authorities while exercising their discretionary power. So, these are the fundamental rules such as rule of law, procedure established by law, equality before law, equal protection of law, and the principles of natural justice which are must be abide and thoroughly followed by the administrative and quasi-administrative and quasi-judicial authorities while exercising their administrative discretionary powers. Otherwise, there will be violation and infringement of the very fundamental rights of the citizens and those legal rights of the individuals.